Welcome everybody. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on Total Life Changes and their fantastic opportunity that we have down here in the South Pacific, and talk to you a little bit about their signature product, which is their Iaso tea. Now, I'm Wes, and thanks for listening. We've got a massive opportunity down here in the South Pacific where it hasn't even been touched. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a background about Total Life Changes. So I'm going to give you a bit of an update on their organisation. I'm going to give you some product overview, and then I'm going to give you a basic rundown on their compensation plan and why it makes it so good, and give you and show you the opportunities that we have down here. Now, to give everyone a little bit of background about myself, I've got 3 different organisations, and I'm never been one for multi-level marketing or direct marketing, and I've been pitched many times, for Amway, for New Ways. I've been pitched for Isogenics, and I've said no to every single one of them, and I've said no for varied reasons. But when I saw this one here, I kind of jumped at the chance and knew straight away that there was a fair opportunity. So as we go through this PowerPoint, you're going to get a gauge yourself, and I'm sure you're going to see why I jumped at the chance, because the opportunities to me were absolutely phenomenal, and relatively easy product to present to people too. So let's get started. So, when I looked at what I class as the epidemic within Australia, and New Zealand's also very similar. The obesity levels in Australia are just massive. 14 people in Australia are classed overweight. There's only 25 odd million people within Australia, yet 14 million are classed overweight. And you know what? Whether or not people look at that stat and go, well, the BMI metrics and things like that aren't correct. Every single time that you're talking with, a friend or a family member, every single time you speak to them, people always say, look, I'd like to get a bit healthier, or look, I'm looking at going to the diet. So when you just start to speak to people and hear these situations, obviously every single person out there at the moment are really self-conscious of, their health and their weight, etc. Diabetes within Australia, over 900,000 people have classed with diabetes. High blood pressure, 1/3 of Australians have high blood pressure, but the most alarming stat here is half of these people are on medication for their high blood pressure. Cholesterol, 5.6 million Australians have high cholesterol. So when I started to look at these stats and obviously look at the health industry as a whole, it's probably the largest industry in the entire world. So when I looked at the opportunity with Total Life Changes, it all started to sort of marry together really well for me, for the opportunities. So who are Total Life Changes? They were founded back in 1999 by a bloke called Jack Fallon. They rebranded back in 2011, and they're now as the company we know them today, which is TLC, or Total Life Changes. But more importantly here, when I was going through and doing my research online before I said yes, some of the statistics to me were quite phenomenal. So I looked at Business for Home, which is quite a large research organisation on multi-level marketing companies, etc. So these are some of the stats that they came up with. They've got TLC they've got 15 offices in different countries. They say that they had the best compensation plan for any direct marketing organisation. So Business for Homes had gone through all the different compensation packages for your Amways, your New Skins, your Isogenics, and everything like that. And this is the best compensation plan out there in the market. But this to me was the most phenomenal stat out of all of them. TLC at present are introducing 5,000 affiliates on a weekly basis. Now, the majority of these are in the United States of America, but they're adding 5,000 affiliates on a weekly basis. That is absolutely huge growth, unprecedented in any of these industries in the past. And if I looked at the stats through MLM for You statistics, they said, and you can see with the last stat, they're the fastest growing direct marketing organization in the world for 2015. And they also reported that, if you want to position yourself as a leader, then you need to position yourself now. So when I looked at these type of stats and the industry they're in, is like the pieces to the puzzle really started to sort of get put together, and the opportunities started to come to light. So this is their signature product, and it's the Iaso tea. Now the Iaso tea, if you convert it back to to our metrics out here, people will lose between 2 to 3 kilos within 5 days simply by drinking this tea. So this is a natural herbal tea. It's a natural detox and it's a cleansed tea. You've only got to drink 2 cups of tea per day, and it's made up of 9 different herbs. So it's 100% natural. They're just made up of herbs. There's no caffeine. There's no, impurities put into this tea. It's all 100% natural. You've got ginger as one of the herbs. Obviously to help, with the inflammation and digestion. And you've got your chamomile, which is obviously helps people, rest and sleep better. You got your malva leaves. You got marshmallow. You got holy thistle. You got your persimmon leaves. Persimmon leaves are great for your removing excess body fat. This is what helps you lose that weight. It's also got your blessed thistle, which is great for memory, and you got your papaya, which has rich in B vitamins, magnesium, fiber, and enzymes. And you've also got myrrh, which is great for throat irritations. It's great for inflammation, etc. So they've got some absolutely fantastic herbs, which are century. These herbs have been around for centuries and centuries. But what they've done, they've put the perfect blend together, the perfect amount of each one of these herbs to create this amazing tea. Now, if you do some YouTube searching, I'm not going to sit here and say, what the medical benefits are of this. However, what people have reported, and there's heaps and heaps and heaps of YouTube videos, backing up all these things. With the Iaso tea, some of the benefits that have been reported with this tea are things such as, reduced stress. In today's world, stress is an absolute major killer, lack of sleep, health, etc. It reduces the risk of cancer. It prevents cardiovascular disease. It combats aging. It obviously aids in weight loss, as we just mentioned before. Simply by drinking this tea, you're going to lose, a few kilos within 5 days. And people want results. If someone can see results within 5 days, then this tea is really easy, obviously, to sell to people, friends and family, etc. It also helps and prevents obesity. It's good for reducing diabetes. It mitigates HIV, protects against Parkinson, it provides protection for your liver. It prevents high blood pressure. It reduces sugar levels in the blood. It prevents colds and flu. If you're sort of susceptible to getting colds and flu every single year. It combats ear infections. It alleviates allergies, prevents cavities, removes parasites. So if you eat things like sushi or medium rare meat and things like that, we've all got some sort of parasites with it. So it removes those parasites. It stimulates your immune system. So the benefits of this tea are absolutely phenomenal. So compared to a lot of other products out there, you don't need to change your lifestyle to get massive benefits from this tea. Simply just by drinking a couple of cups of tea a day to be able to get these benefits, to me was a really easy way to present this to friends and family, work colleagues, etc. And, I've only been doing this for a reasonably short time, but the uptake on this is absolutely incredible. So that's the signature product, the Iaso tea, but they've also got obviously other products which, I don't really present a great deal, but obviously if we get into the business side, we need to know a little bit about their other products, because people will just gravitate and purchase more of their products regardless, which is great for us as affiliates. So they've got the HCG, which is also great for weight loss. So this is part of their weight loss program. So if someone out there who wants to lose, 10, 15, 20 kilo, etc., you can jump onto YouTube again and see massive results from some people. They have the tea, but then they also use the HCG, which is a weight loss product for them. You can also see in the middle of the screen there, you've got your Gano, which is, the king of herbs. This here is probably the best product in the world for increasing your immune system. So if you are susceptible to getting really bad flus and colds, etc., then you need to have this product, and it's going to build that immune system, and it's going to fight those infections, and you're not going to get as sick, etc. You've also got your your Changa, you've got your Spirulina. Down on the left, you can see the cappuccino. They also have a massive coffee range, and they have some of their coffees are exactly similar to their tea, where it has the weight loss component into it and has the detoxation in it. So even if someone doesn't drink tea, they can buy the coffee product and get the same results as the tea. Now you just look at this for a second. How many people do you know in your sphere who drink coffee or drink tea on a daily basis? How much money would the average person that you know spend on coffee or tea on a daily basis? When I looked at the circle of influence that I hang around with, I reckon most people are spending between $5 and $10 a day on coffee or tea. And if you just look at a 5-day week, they're spending on average, anywhere from $100 to $200 a month on coffee and tea. Now, one of the great things with the Iaso tea, and if I flick back here just for a second, to purchase this tea, which is, for a month's tea, it's only going to cost you $45 US. So it's half, if not more than half the price of what people are spending at the moment, and the benefits they get far greater than what they're doing at the moment. So the price point for these products are absolutely brilliant compared to what people are spending out there at the moment. They've also got NRG, which is absolutely awesome. If you're lacking energy through the day, or if you exercise a fair bit, so you can take that energy, which gives you a massive boost. And you've also got the NutriBurst, which is your multivitamins, but it's in liquid form. So if you have like a multivitamin that is in a tablet, it doesn't get absorbed within your body great. So actually that's why, you urinate a fair bit out of your system. Where this here, 98%, because it's in the liquid form, it actually 98 is absorbed into your system. So you'll get 98% of the nutrients that you're putting into your body. So obviously that's far better than if someone's taking, for example, a tablet type multivitamin, etc. And they've got a whole other broad range of other products. They've got a whole skin care product for, ladies and gentlemen. They've also got shapewear vests, to help with posture, etc. So they've got heaps of different other products. But what I've just been focusing on is the Iaso tea, because it's so easy to present to people. People want to see results straight away. They want to feel healthier straight away. They want to see their skin become clear straight away. And that's what this tea does. So what are the business opportunities? Why is it that I turn around and say, this is an absolute must, and we better start building, that network around us to start to really push this in the South Pacific. In America, it kicked off roughly about 18 months ago. Now, in the last 18 months, they've introduced over 100,000 new affiliates. That is an absolute outstanding growth. But, obviously over that time, that's built up. So, like they were saying before, they've been putting on 5,000 new affiliates, per week lately. So, in the next 12 months, we're probably looking at 500,000 or so affiliates being put into America. The thing is, it hasn't hit Australia or New Zealand yet. So we are the first people to get out there and start to expand the network for the TRC products in this area. And as we know, if you're going to go into any MLM or any direct marketing, you want to make sure you're at the top. So that was one of the key factors that I looked at and went, this is the product for me, this is the organization for me if I'm going to get into any direct marketing, because of the fact that it hasn't been started out here. We're right at the top. We can start to really push, the products within this area, which means over time, if we do this right, every single person that starts to join, they're going to be within our funnel. They're going to be within our web. So therefore, we're going to benefit from that with the growth moving forward. So that was, to me, one of the critical components of why I said yes. And since I've said yes, it's been absolutely phenomenal, and it's been really easy to present to people, and the growth has been absolutely staggering in the short time that I've been doing it. And here's the thing, if we don't make it happen, someone else is going to do it. And I don't want to sit back in 12 months' time and go, we could have had that. We could have been making that money, but we chose not to do it. And like I said earlier, how many people do you know that drink coffee or tea? It's absolutely every single person that we know. And it's the best compensation plan out there for any MLM. And that's through the stats through MLM for you, which we talked about before. And what is it that you get? So when you join, It takes roughly 5 minutes to join someone up, and immediately you get your own free website. And I'm going to explain that and how that looks in a few seconds. So you don't have to go out there and have to do any hosting. You don't have to sit there and design your own website. You don't have to sit there and organize your own sales funnels. Everything is done for you at no cost. In some of the multi-level marketing companies, you become the intermediary. So you actually have to stock your own products. You have to sometimes do your own shipping on the products. With this, you don't have to do anything. All you do is get people to join up. They go and purchase their products. You do absolutely nothing from there. The products get shipped to their door and you just get paid for it. So it's such an easy system. And you know what? You can also have people just purchase from your site, or you can get them to become an affiliate. So you've got different captive markets depending on how you want to present and position yourself. And there's 5 different ways that you can get paid. And I'm going to go through each one of these ways on how you get paid. And it's really neat the way they've developed the compensation structure. And they've sort of designed the compensation structure to suit just about any single person at all. So even if you didn't want to get into the direct marketing type field, you can still join and still make plenty of money just by having customers, because of the fact that this product is going to be so widely used, within this area relatively soon. You can still make money with people just going to your shop and purchasing products. But we're going to cover that in 2 seconds anyway. So there's 5 different ways. I'm going to cover the first 4 in a bit more depth. The last one's relatively easy, so I haven't put too much any slides behind that, but I will explain that. So the first way that you get paid is simply if you push people to your website and they go on and they shop and they purchase the products, you're going to receive 50% of what they spent. So you don't have to sit there and push people to get into the direct marketing. You don't have to push people to become affiliates. You can just simply push people towards the website. They can shop now. They don't have to join up. And if they spend $100, you'll receive $50 commission. If you look on YouTube, so if you look on, say, eBay, you'll see that heaps of people are selling Iaso tea over in the States and the UK. If you jump on eBay in Australia, you'll see very few people selling this on eBay as of yet. So there's a great opportunity right now in our area where you can start to sell these products without even getting people into the business side of it, and you can start to make a whole heap of money. You can do your Facebook advertising. So they've designed this for a couple of different reasons. This is critical just for if anyone wants to be part of the business and make this grow. This is critical because you're going to get some people who just don't want to be part of the business, so they're just going to purchase products. So that's one aspect of why this was created. The second way it was where people thought, I don't want to be out there pushing people, but I do want to be part of the business. And then all they do then is actually push people to purchase products. So yes, they're an affiliate, but they get paid just through all their customers using their products. So it doesn't take long to have someone, have 10, 15, 20 people, spending $100 a week through the system, and you're making yourself $500 or so a week just simply by customers purchasing through your own website, which is what you got for free when you signed up as an affiliate. So that's the first way that you can make money through this opportunity. This is what your website looks like. So if you see just at the top of the green there, you can see this is Wesley Allen. That's me there. And people, if you look there, you've got home, about, contact us, products, shop, blog. That's where you push people to shop, and they can go in there and purchase the products, and whatever they spend, like we talked about, you get 50% of that. Across to the right, you can see join now and members. So me being a member, I just click onto the member site, put in my password and my username, and that takes me through to the back office where I can see all my commissions and I can see, my downline, etc. like that. Or if someone is joining underneath me, they just click the join now button, and then they become part of the business, and TLC knows that person joined up under me because they came through my website to join into the business. And it only takes about 5 minutes for people to sign up and to become part of the business. The second way that you get paid is they call it fast start bonus. So what this happens, if I go and sign up, Mary Jane, for example, and she purchases $300 worth of product in her first initial spend, that means I get 50% of my introduction person. I get 50% of their first spend. So every single time someone joins up, they need to purchase some products. So there's no cost to be part of the business, but obviously they need some products. So whatever they spend in their very first initial spend, I receive 50% of that spend. So we get people who spend, $1,000 or $1,500 of products because they want, they have everything. They want to be able to give some products to friends and family, etc., so they can grow their business. You would receive 50% of that initial spend. So we had a young lady who was her very first week last week, and she received $400 just in commission on the Fast Start bonus in her very, very first week of having the business here, being an affiliate. So that's pretty fantastic. It gets you in, it gets you started, it gets you out there to make sure you start prospecting and bringing people into the business, because you start to make some money really, really fast that way. And as you do that each week, then your commissions on the next stage will start to build up, so it all starts to blend in really, really well. The next way that people earn money is through their hybrid binary system. Now, I'm going to keep this reasonably simple, and if you want more information, there's heaps of YouTube videos out there. Just make sure the YouTube video that you're watching is the most up-to-date compensation plan. The way to find out the most up-to-date compensation plan is when you join, in your back office, there's a resource section, and you'll be able to go through and download the compensation plan from there, which is in a PDF. And then when you go onto YouTube, you can look at a few YouTube videos, and then you can marry the two different compensation plans up together. But I'm going to give you a basics of this hybrid binary. There's a couple of qualifications to start to receive these ongoing commissions. The first one is you need to be qualified in two areas. The first one is you need to have a minimum of 40 points to start receiving commissions. Now, the way you receive the 40 points is after your initial spend, as long as you are purchasing, for example, at least 1 month's worth of tea, then that is equivalent to 40 points. That gives you the qualification to be and have the hybrid binary commissions coming in. The second way that you need to be qualified is you need to at least fill your left and your right leg. So you need to introduce 2 people in to the system, so therefore you're qualified. So there's 2 ways that you need to qualify. The first one is you need to have at least 40 points, and the second one is you need to have introduced 2 people, 1 for your left leg and 1 for your right leg. And they're the 2 qualifications. Now from there, you have 2 legs. You have a left leg and a right leg, and that's what the binary system is. They're just two different legs, and that's how you start to grow your organization. Now, the 2 different legs, they class them as a power leg and a pay leg. So as you go through, you can dictate where you're going to put people, whether you're going to put people on your right leg or your left leg when you introduce them. So you're going to try and keep these both legs to be relatively similar in volume. So for example, when you're looking at the screen here, your left leg being your pay leg, you may have 100 people in this leg here, and they may do a weekly spend of say $10,000. Whereas your power leg, you may have put a few extra people in, or you may have had one person that you've introduced who's just gone absolutely ballistic and put heaps of people in, and that may have a dollar value spent through all those people for the week of say $12,000. So what that means is your right leg is $2,000. They're spending $2,000 more in that week. So therefore, that's why you get paid on your pay leg. So you get paid on the leg which is the lesser amount of spend for that particular week. And the amount of money that you earn will vary anywhere from 10 to 25%. It says 30% there, but it's actually 25%. And that depends on the level. As you grow through the system, as you have more people in your downline, they spend more each week, you will move up rung and you'll actually get paid more money as time goes on. So to keep it reasonably simple, you've got used to your different legs. You've got your power leg, which is probably the leg which, there's a bigger dollar value spend. And then you've got your pay leg. And you want to just try and make sure you keep these reasonably even. And you can dictate that through your back office. And you can dictate where you put people, whether you put people into your right leg or left leg when you introduce them anyway. But I'm not going to go too deep into this. You can jump on YouTube. You can spend your time. You can understand a bit better. The main thing I want to say here is, as the research has shown, it's the best compensation plan out there for any direct marketing anyway. But obviously, like anything, you need to grow it yourself. You need to work at it a little bit. You need to obviously introduce people in it to make it work. If you don't introduce anyone, obviously the system isn't going to work for you and you're not going to get paid the amount of money you should anyway. So that's the third way that people get paid through the business. The fourth way to me is probably the most exciting. This is where you start to really engage and make heaps and heaps of money. They call this check match. So as you start to go up the levels, the people that you introduced, they're going to start to receive a lot more of those binary commissions. Now, what the check match is, you also make 50% of what they've made on their binary commission. So if I've introduced, Mary Jane, like we mentioned earlier, and she starts to make $5,000 a week through these binary commissions, I make also $2,500 because I get 50% of what her binary commission was. So I get a check match. But I get that on every single person that I've introduced. So over time, if I move the calendar through 12 months and I've introduced 50 people and they're all making $5,000 a week, to keep numbers simple, I'm going to make $2,500 on every single one of those 50 people on a weekly basis. So if that was the case, I'd be making an absolute huge amount of money simply through this check matching system. So with the check match bonus, it's absolutely brilliant then to really enhance the amount of money that you can earn. So the critical component here is to make sure that you continually put people into your system, because you can earn up to 50% of what they earn from their binary commissions. And that's obviously one of the ways that really enhance and grow your organization. You've got to make sure that you continually put people into the system, and then obviously then the people that you put in have to continually put people in the system to receive these commissions. And as you can see here, you can also earn it on your second level down as well. And you can earn anywhere from 10 to 50% on theirs as well. So the system just continually grows and grows and grows, but it all based around to make sure that you continually put people in. So that's the fourth way that you can make money through the system. Now, the fifth way is what they call a lifestyle bonus. So when you hit a certain level within the system, and you can check the different levels through the compensation plan in the resource section, then you receive a $1,500 a month bonus, and they call that then a lifestyle bonus. So that's then another $18,000 a year that you will receive just as a lifestyle bonus to take a holiday, to do what you want with as well. So they're the 5 different ways where you earn money. So the first one is simply through your customers. So if you don't want to really be part of the business and pitch the MLM type section of it, no worries at all. You make the money through people just going through your website, purchasing products through the Shop Now section, and you receive 50% of what they purchase. The second way, remember, was your fast start bonus. So when you introduce someone into the system, personally introduce them, you receive 50% of their first initial spend. And then you've got your hybrid binary commission plan where you can earn anywhere from 10 to 25% on your pay leg. Again, you can look at a YouTube video. There's plenty of information out there about that. Remember the 2 ways to qualify, which is your 40 points, and you've also got to have both your right and your left leg filled. And then this fourth way, which is your check match, which we just talked about, and then your lifestyle bonus. So there's your 5 ways that you get paid. Now, it's pretty critical when people get started that they have enough product to make sure they get their business started off in the right fashion. So there's 3 different packages which I recommend. The first is the business starter, the business growth, and the business executive. And there's your costings down below. So I've converted these across to Australian dollars. If you're over in New Zealand, I'll do up a New Zealand chart, but it's nearly parity, so it's going to be reasonably similar in costing. And the reason why I've done this is, even if you looked at, say, for example, the business growth, you got 4 lots of the Iaso tea, so that's 4 months worth. However, the reason why you need that is because you're going to start to give your tea out to people to get them introduced in the system. So you're going to sign someone up because there's roughly a 2 week delay in shipping, they're going to want to start to get started straight away. So you're going to be able to give them a couple of weeks worth of tea. Now I'm going to obviously ask for $30 back, or $25 off them, because I've paid for the product. So it just gets them started straight away. So even though I'm spending, $500 or $600 now, I'm going to get that money back anyway when I give my products off to people and grab some money back off them. It's going to give you some of the coffee. So if people don't do the tea, they've got the coffee. It's going to give you some of the NutriBurst, so you can give them off as samples as well. And it's also going to give you one of the Ganos. Or if you want to have the business executive, which actually I recommend that, because the more product you got, the more people you can get to pretty quickly, and the bigger you can increase your business. And also, when you start to get people who start to spend $500 or $1,000, they're going to have the same circle of influence. So therefore, you're going to grow your business so much quicker than if someone's just purchasing a small amount of product. What I do want to recommend here is when people start and they join and they purchase their first allotment of product, they need to make sure they set up their auto ship. And you can do that through the first transaction. The reason why you need to set up your auto ship is if you forget to reorder stock, it's automatically going to ship the products to you. So therefore, you maintain your level so you can receive your binary commissions. Now, I recommend that every single person has an auto ship of at least 3 lots of tea per month, because you will have 1 lot of tea yourself, and then that gives you 2 lots of tea to distribute to friends and family, and obviously you're going to get the money back for those teas anyway. So that gives you enough product for yourself, but then enough product that you can go out there and grow your business as well. So I recommend for every single person, they should be having a minimum of 3 lots of teas for the auto ship, or 2 teas and a couple of coffee, depending on what you perceive is going to grow your organization. If you only have 1 auto ship of 1 tea, then you're not going to be able to grow your business. So you need to enhance that. You need to have at least 3 teas to grow your business on a monthly basis. So what's next? This is what's next. If you haven't signed up, you need to jump on now and sign up, because every single day that goes past, people are coming into the system, and you want to make sure you get as close to the top as possible. That's my website, so it's totallifechanges.com/Australasia. When you sign up, you'll get your own website, and that's what you'll give to people when they go and sign up. That's what you put on your Facebook, etc., so people go to your web page. The next thing you need to do, you need to go and like Healthy and Wealthy on Facebook. That's my Facebook page that I've designed for this. That's where a lot of the communication is going to go through. When we do our webinars and when we teach people how to do their social media, etc., that's going to be posted all the way through Facebook. So you need to jump on and like the Healthy and Wealthy. You also need to send me your email address. So that's mine there, wesyork@salescoachingaustralia.com. When you send me your email, I'm going to then send you the business starter kit that I've set up. So therefore, you can go and grow your business. And in that starter is the compensation plan if you haven't been able to get it. It's I formulated a letter, so if you get a lead, that you can send them this letter to warm them up before you go and speak to them. It has YouTube links to where to go and find information about, the back office, etc. It's got this PowerPoint on here as well, but you can change and put your own. Oh, here we go. You can put your own website address on there, so you can present that to friends and family as well. So the business starter kit is just a kit that's going to get you up and running straight away, that you can go and present to your friends and family, work colleagues, etc., to grow your business. So you need that. So you need to send me your email address so I can forward that to you. I've also got the Tuesday nights that we're doing. So every single Tuesday night, if you're in Brisbane area or Gold Coast or Sunny Coast, you can come down and we have our meetings in the boardroom. But what we also do is we do a live stream webinar, and you get that link through either Healthy and Wealthy on Facebook, or if you send me your email address, then I'll send out everyone an email with the webinar link, and you can jump on and you can get up-to-date information, up-to-date marketing. And if you've also got someone who wants to have a listen, who hasn't registered and signed on, they can listen as well, and then you can sign them up after the call as well. So I hope everyone got some great information out of this. To me, this is the biggest and best opportunity that I've seen in a long, long time. You've got a product which is easy, it's cheap, it's every single person needs it. You've only got to have a couple of cups of tea a day. The price is absolutely perfect compared to what we all spend out in the market. There's no setup cost. All we are is an intermediary. There's some great ways to get paid. You can make money straight away, and there's no risk. So to me, every single person should do this. And you know what? In 12 months' time, 18 months' time, when this is absolutely going gangbusters, you want to make sure you've told your friends and family, because if you haven't, they're going to be a bit pissed that you hadn't told them, and you're making a whole heap of money. So this is important that we go and share this with our friends and family. And I look forward to seeing and hearing everyone on the Tuesday night calls. Make sure you send me the email address, and make sure you jump on the Healthy and Wealthy Facebook and like it. So everyone have a great week. Let's get out there and grow this business, and let's make sure we all lose the weight, drink the Iaso tea, and have a great week.